Hi guys. So Derek here again. So I will talk a little bit about a confusing concept called concurrency versus parallelism. Just another reminder to please attend the lectures. This is only supplementary material. So I think this is where the subtlety makes it very tricky. So the basic difference is like doing many things at once is different from doing things simultaneously. So what does that mean? So one, you could see like number one is like juggling, and number two is having multiple jugglers. And here the juggling corresponds to concurrency, and then having multiple jugglers correspond to parallelism. So concurrency is like defined as structuring a program to make progress on multiple tasks by interleaving steps, maybe on one core. So this is like an example. This is a picture as an example to give you a better illustration. So basically you're dealing with a lot of things and there's minimal coordination. On the other hand, parallelism is simultaneous execution of tasks on multiple hardware units, cores, GPUs, etc. You're basically doing a lot of things. So you can either have like multiple jugglers like juggling, or you can have like a set of jugglers using like throwing the juggling pins to each other. So there's a difference, and both of them are considered like parallelism. So here in this example, each have their own balls. Like this is a data parallelism. So for example, like if you split an array into chunks, each core like processes this just chunk. So this person would process it, this person would process it. Yeah, forgive me about this part, but you can disregard that. So this is where like jugglers are passing the same clubs. So you share the states. An example of this would be a shared state parallelism. Timing matters, collisions are possible, threads are constantly updating shared structures, so you need like locks and atomics to avoid like races and deadlocks. So this is where it gets really tricky. So the core contrast here is like concurrency is focuses on structure, like you structure the time, and parallelism is focuses on simultaneity. You're basically spending silicon, like in terms of hardware. So that's like the core distinction. So it's also important to note that parallelism doesn't require sharing. So I thought of an example where like I could split it into four possible things, where if you have concurrency and a parallelism, or you have concurrency, no parallelism, you don't have concurrency and have parallelism, you don't have concurrency and you don't have parallelism. So the simple example would be like web server on many cores, you have concurrency and parallelism. So here, this part, so you have concurrency and you don't have parallelism. It'll be like some single core event loop interleaving like IO, like input and output. And here, this would be, you don't have concurrency, but like one big array sum split across cores. So like this would be an example of that. So we're talking about this part, data parallelism. It's like split into an array into chunks, each core processes this chunk. So you don't have concurrency there. And this part, you don't have concurrency and you don't have parallelism. Single task on one core, like the simplest example here. So if everyone needs like the same grinders, a lock, adding baristas or threads won't help. So that's another example, just another statement to like better illustrate the picture. For CPU heavy work, you need parallelism, GPU cores and multiple cores in GPU. For IO heavy work, concurrency shines. If you have any like questions, comments, feedbacks, please let me know. I'm willing to improve the video. Thank you so much.